Hey folks, welcome back to the village. Got a little project we're going to work on today. I know it looks a little dark. We're in the garage, doors closed. I don't know how good we can see me. Let me turn this around and check it out. I don't look too bad. We're going to work on the garage door doing lubrication. As time goes on, you know, your door gets noisy. To give you an idea, watch this. Here's my garage door going up. I don't think they have any problem hearing that noise. And that's just as time goes by. Putting it back down. You know, as time goes by and weather, heat, cold, it breaks down the grease in those pivot points on the door. So we're going to work on today showing you how to take care of this, to do maintenance, some of the things that people do that you shouldn't do, the best things you can do to make it not make all that noise, make it run smoother. Because a lot of times people don't realize on a garage door, you have a lot of different points where you need grease. Like these are hinges. And they have little pivot points, and they have little areas along here where you can put grease in there. Same thing, you come over here, these are all pivot points that need greased. Also, where your little rollers come in here, some of them like these have bearings in them. Some will just have little fittings in there where it goes in with like bushings. Still, that's a point where you need to put grease on. A lot of people will come in here and grease the track. That doesn't need grease. That's it. One thing we'll do is probably this little area up here where that junction is. But no, so we're going to go to that, what you shouldn't do, what to use, and so forth. Your spring up there, your torsion spring up here, this will need greased. Also along where the carriage here runs along the thing, the track here, that needs greased a little bit. So we're going to go through and show you how we do that. Also another point is your pulleys up here has a bearing in it. So we're going to lube that bearing up there. And just go on how to do that. And then, you know, we'll put the garage back down when we're done. And that's not gonna be 100% right away because it takes that grease a while to work in there. But we'll throw some gloves on. I'm gonna set up the tripod and we're gonna go through and show you how to do this. I know it's kind of boring, just a good thing to do. Everybody's got a garage door, just something you can do. It makes the garage door work better. It makes less stress on the motor. So we're gonna just go through the process of what we need to do to get this done. So let me go ahead and get this set up and we'll start this going. All right, thanks for joining, folks. Okay, what we're gonna be working with today, a lot of people will make the mistake of using WD-40 to do this. Worst thing you can do, WD-40 attracts moisture, and that's the last thing. Moisture attracts dirt, that defeats the whole purpose of doing it. So if you've used it in the past or somebody's used it on a door you have, best thing is to go and wipe those areas down, take that off and clean that up. The best thing by far to use, we're going to use today, white lithium grease. Works in there. It doesn't break down. It'll stay in there and just work for quite a long time before you have to reapplicate it. We'll put the little straw on and spray it in some areas. But that's what we're going to use, best thing by far. I think what we're going to do first is we're going to go up there to the top. Let me see. Up there where the torsion spring is. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to take, and I'm not going to put the straw on first. I'm just going to shake this up. And this torsion spring expands in and out as it goes up and down and creates the torque from the door to raise and lower the door. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take and just put like a coat of the grease, and then we're going to take it and just work it into the spring like this. I'm going to shake this up a little bit. It hasn't been used for a long time. It's a little bit thinner than I would like, so shake that up a little bit. Good thing to have gloves on if you're doing this. Get this on your skin. I don't know if it's that terrible for you, but I just don't want to have greasy hands like that. So again, there we go. Just work that in there with your hands over the spring. And then we'll come over here to the other side, do the same thing. Work that down in there, and as this just goes up and down. That grease will work itself into that spring, and then you just get better. And that's all we're going to do with that. Pretty simple. I was going to disconnect the garage door. A couple other points you want to hit. You're going to hit this is a little pivot point where it connects from the track and the carriage. Okay, so we've got the top part of everything done with our pulleys up here, our torsion spring in the center, our carriage, our attachments going to the door up to the carriage done. So now we're going to come back over here and we're going to hit these bearings on the rollers. Some of the rollers don't have bearings, some just have little bushings in there, but still, if you put a little grease in it, it's good just to limit the friction contact point. So we're coming back through here. Just again, we're not going to do the rail. It does not need that. A lot of people do it. It doesn't need it. If you have done it before, good thing just wipe that out because that's going to attract it. Actually, I'm going to back it up for a second. One place I am going to put it is where it makes this little turn where it's got a little seam. I just came in here and I shot right along that seam because that's just the point where the roller sit where it has just a little unevenness possibly, so that's just going to help it, you know, not wear and roll past there. But other than that, that's the only thing that's going to touch anywhere on that track. We'll come back through, like I said, we're going to hit all the bearings on these, which I already did. I didn't realize my camera was having difficulty. But we're going to hit the bearing, get it in, let it get in that bearing. I like to move them around. These also, these don't have a slit in them where you can put the grease. So you just put them in that little slot there. Just shoot that in there. You'll see it come out the other side if you did it good. And these will have like a little seam in them here. So you just take that little straw and put it in there. And that's just going to feed right into that seam. And just repeat that all the way down. You got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rollers on this side, 5 more on the other side. And just go down and work your way in. And what that grease is going to do over a period of time, it's going to work in there. That's going to reduce the friction, which is going to allow your door to move more freely, which is going to put less stress on your motor. So that's pretty much it. So we've done this side. I actually did a couple before. My camera went off. I didn't realize it. So we have our pulley. We have all our wheels done. Our rollers done. We have all our points here hit all the way down. So that's going to finish that side. So you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to come over here and repeat the process. We're going to come up here. That we're going to hit this because this doesn't have a seam in it. If you did that good, you're going to see that come out the other end. Again, we're going to hit this attachment point. The only place on the track where we're actually going to apply any grease is where this little seam is. Get on there, okay. So, and then again, we're going to follow down. We're going to hit those bearings. Again, these up here aren't going to have a seam in them, so you're just going to hit that little area there, go around there, and that's going to allow that to get in there. Again, these don't have seams, so you're just going to hit that, and I already got that on that side, and just work your way down until you get them all hit there. And then we're going to come across too, those are the side hinges. These are the middle hinges. Try to get you up there close. These also are places where it pivots. These don't have a seam in them. So I'm just going to come on the inside again on that little area there and just shoot a little. I like to work it on the top. That way it's going to work its way into the hinge. Like these down here. I'll show you these guys. See, some of them are going to be like this. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little seam in it, like an opening. So you can take the straw and just run it right across. And that's going to allow that grease to work down into that as it pivots each time. So that's what you have to do for those. Just working, it's just a matter of working your way through and hitting all those attachment points. Because everywhere you see one of those diamonds like this, you're going to have a hinge here. So you want to hit all these hinges all the way across. And it's not going to instantly like eliminate all that sound and that noise. That's going to be something as it goes up and down. that's going to be, as that goes up and down over time, it's gonna work its way into those bearings and those seams, and it's gonna make it move more freely, taking less stress on your motor, making it make less noise. So it's not going up sounding like it's gonna, you know, squeak and blow up. So that's basically what we're doing. It's a good thing to do probably like once a year. I mean, you could have the door company come out and do it, but I'm sure they're gonna charge a couple $100 to come out and do the same thing. You got about $7, $8 worth of grease here. You can probably do this who knows how many 100 times. I use this for a lot of other things around the house anyways. Again, just basic maintenance, you know, just to keep it going well. Those bearings, you know, that on the rollers will go bad if you got them greased. Less of a chance of that happening. Again, like I said, we started at the beginning. We did our pulleys, our wheels on the side, our pulleys, did those bearings. We did our torsion bearing up here, which we worked in. We hit our attachment points where it attaches to the trolley, where the attaches to the door, and just contact points where you're going to have something where it's going to move and it's going to cause wear. That's what we want to hit. And I did disconnect this so we could, you know, put that back, release it from the track so we could work there too. So just going to take that and got to push it with 2 hands and get it back on the track, and then we can put the door back up or down. And just, you know, just work your way down. Just start on one side, you know, just work down on the wheels or the pulleys, pulleys, and just make sure you get all those bearings. Then just work your way across and just hit these as you go down, and just slowly work your way across. It's pretty simple. Like I said before too, make sure you get the track that the trolley runs on, but don't do your chain. Again, like I said before, those chains are factory coated from the factory. They don't need any other type of lubricant put on them. If you do that, it's going to screw up the chain and just cause problems you don't need. So that's pretty much it. We'll get that back on and we'll put the door up. I'll hit it after I get done. We'll shoot it back and see if we can notice any difference in sound. I doubt it right away. It's going to be a thing after it's gone up and down, you know, 8 to a dozen times, and then you're going to notice a big difference. So we'll go and hit all these points and we'll come back and we'll set you up and we'll look at it and we'll see if we notice any kind of difference. So let me go ahead and finish this up and we'll come back and check that out. Thanks for joining, folks. Okay, folks, we got everything done. I hit all the rest of those hinges in the middle here. The rollers are all done on the sides. Just so we're going to put this up and show you what we've done, or let you hear what we've done to see if it sounds better. The idea is to cut down wear and tear and get rid of all that noise too is a big help. So let me go hit this door and we'll see what we got here. I'm not sure about you, but I bet you can still hear me now. You're gonna still hear a few squeaks because you got those styrofoam inserts to make a little noise. But I think overall, that's probably about a 90% reduction in noise. I'll go ahead and throw her back down and let's listen to it again. Yeah, big improvement. Again, just simple little things, you know. Our bearings now is working a lot better up here. All our bearings have been hit. And now we don't hear all that noise and racket. And again, that's going to cut down on wear and tear on your motor, because when it's squeaking to make all that noise, it's causing friction, which is going to cause the door to, you know, tug a little bit, which is going to make the motor work harder. So pretty simple. You can do it yourself. You can call somebody to do it, but it's going to cost you a couple $100. Just it took me from beginning to end to do this probably about 25 minutes. And that's getting out the little step stool, getting up and down and everything. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I already said all the things about liking and subscribing and everything and watching us and comments and so forth. So thanks for giving me a watch today, and have a good afternoon.